So squatting, just fully bending the legs, it never came naturally to me at the beginning. I used to do a lot of weightlifting where you do a lot of squats, you just get the heavy barbell and push you down. I always thought of it as an exercise. And that was up until I really heard about Ido Portal and the movement culture, the movement method. And he had a challenge. It was for 30 days, hold, get a cumulative, that means a total of 30 minutes in a squatted position for 30 days. And when I first did it, I thought, I'd have some benefits and just some flexibility in the squat position itself. And it really opened my mind to know that it was more than just an exercise. It's really just a natural movement for resting, for aligning your spine, fully bending the legs, get a nice stretch through them, and it even helps with your breathing in itself. Now, I never had any problem getting to the easily squatting just for resting for long periods of time after the 30-day challenge, but I will go over some tips that might help you if you're having a little bit more of a struggle than that. So the biggest thing for me personally that I noticed is squatting allowed me to get in contact with the ground a lot better. I've done push-ups before, I've done kind of other ground movements, but it wasn't until the squat where the ground became very accessible to me. So there's a lot of ways you can squat. You can squat with the toes up, but the heels down squat is by far the most efficient for energy. And the ability to interact with the ground lets you really, when you're up high standing, it's scary to have to fall and hit the ground, to have to touch the ground when your legs aren't developed and able to handle like the fully bending and to hit all these kind of bending in the legs positions. But the squat is really what allowed me to do things like working into handstands, and just anything that involves the ground and getting low. And a lot of low to the ground movements are, athletic. They're challenging for the body. And they're just overall useful. I think this is the most functional exercise that I've ever really done, and it's completely changed my life. It feels amazing once you're able to get past the point of uncomfortability, or maybe you'll never have to do that because you've always kept your ability since birth. So just really try it out, and I'll give you some easy tips how to get started to get the squats, get the legs fully bent, and the heels on the ground comfortably with holding your body up high. So I've never had any trouble getting into the squat beyond just doing 30 minutes of total squatting over 30 days, which I recommend you try to do. It's really a good challenge, and I've heard a lot of people do it. But another thing you can do to help with the squat is understand it's a triple retraction. So your ankle is bending, along with your knee is bending, and your hip is bending. So all three things you can work on like this. If you just work on one leg at a time with an elevated platform, or, and then lower the elevation over time is how you can work each one of all three of them at the same time. You can do any sort of specific work to work just the ankle, put a weight on it, no weight, whatever it takes, and to bend the knee. A good thing to do is when you're in bed in the morning to grab a hold of your big toe and help bend this. Imagine I'm lying down on my back. I don't really want to lie on the floor here, but you just grab your big toe and you'll pull it in here. And then the hip extending, lifting the leg up, bent leg, both legs at the same time, whatever it takes. Those are the individual things. And then you have using a wall, a tree, whatever it takes, just lean against it, bend the legs. This is a good one. You'll probably end up doing this a lot. This is much more comfortable than a chair, in my opinion. And it uses your body, making it stronger and more capable of moving, which a chair promotes stillness and other sedentary lifestyle. Here, you can do on the toe, lift up the toes if your ankles are the limiting factor. This is probably how most Western people might get into it at first, and then just slowly try to lift the toes down. And then you'll probably end up hunching, which is fine at the beginning, but just have the ability to get up. Have the wall where you can push into the wall, get down, do all the angles, push it straight, push it to the side, push back into it, get your squat down, and just get those knees fully bent, very important. And if you have something you can pull on the same way, you shouldn't really experience a lot of pain in these stretches. Some amount of pain is going to be felt, and that's good, but you should know that there is a certain level of pain which is good and a certain level of pain which is bad, and just figure that out for yourself. That a very intense pain for a short period of time is bad. A very dull pain over a long period of time is good. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you can get squatting. Hopefully squats can change your life like it changed mine. So bye-bye.